Red, White, and Blue 2014 coverage now. Democratic candidate for governor Mary Burke accused of copying part of her jobs plan from other politicians. An article on the website BuzzFeed reported that Burke's jobs plan uses several passages from previous plans used in campaigns of 3 other Democratic candidates for governor in other states. NBC 26's Stacey Ingebretson with a closer look at the accusations. Stacey?
Megan, in response to the accusations, Mary Burke's campaign says it has cut ties with the consultant who wrote part of her jobs plan. The BuzzFeed article lists 10 passages in that plan that very closely, if not word for word, match plans used by other Democratic candidates for governor. For example, this passage outlines training students for careers. The highlighted portion saying, quote, career pathways programs blend academic, science, technology, engineering, and math coursework with cutting-edge vocational training to give students both the knowledge and the know-how to compete in a new economy. Burke's passage is word for word what Delaware Democratic Governor Jack Markle used in his 2008 campaign. UWGB political analyst Michael Kraft says politicians have been borrowing ideas like this from each other to create plans for decades and use consultants and staff to help write. He says voters need to focus on the whole picture.
The candidates differ on what they are proposing to do, and people need to decide whether they prefer Mary Burke's approach or Scott Walker's approach. That's what's important, not who wrote which sentence in the document and where was the language used previously.
Burke's campaign says in this case the language pointed out in the BuzzFeed article was written by the same consultant for both Burke and Governor Markle, as well as 2 other candidates from Tennessee and Indiana. Kraft says he encourages Wisconsin voters to read both Burke and Governor Walker's entire jobs plan before heading to the polls in November. Stacey Ingebretson, NBC 26.
Burke is inside the Democratic Party office in Appleton right now addressing questions about these accusations. She says she is disappointed that a consultant on her campaign copied text. Earlier today, Burke's campaign issued a statement saying, quote, the core strategies Mary Burke outlines and the vision for Wisconsin's economy that she lays out is entirely her own and stand unquestioned by anyone, unquote. Walker also addressed the controversy during a visit to a small business in Ashwaubenon. He says the wording is not what he believes people find concerning, but that Mary Burke's campaign has publicized the jobs plan as stemming from her experience at the Harvard Business School.
It's one thing to take ideas that are good from somewhere else and to give credit where they're from. I think the concern that many have raised, and I'm not going to get into what my feelings are about it, but others have, is if people exhibit things as being something they've designed specifically for the state or their own ideas, I think that's where the bigger concern is.
Walker was in Ashwaubenon to tour Packer City International Trucks, where the National Federation of Independent Businesses announced they are backing him for governor.